Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to play my arrangement of Avengers Endgame Portals. So I've done a cover version of this. Go and check it out so you can hear what it sounds like all the way through. I'll leave a link in the description and probably put a card above if I remember to do that. So I'm going to teach you that today. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out. Something like 80% of the people who watch my video aren't subscribed. So if you could subscribe, it really does help the channel out. If you could give me a like on the video as well. Leave me some comments in the comment section, including any songs you want to learn. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. You can play it on any type of guitar. So the first little phrase starts like this. So for that we've got B8, another B8, E10, E10, B11, B10, G10, and then B8 to finish. So it goes. Then just holding that note on a bit longer, and then I've just done a percussive hits going. Just hitting the guitar. Then the next little phrase goes, which is E3 and D5, and then you switch to E5 and D3, then E3 and A6. So you got bar 5, you goes, which is D3 and E6, then E5 on its own. Into bar 6 you've got open D with E5, B6, and into bar 7 you're going to play A6 with B8 at the same time. Then two percussive hits, and then a B3. Let's just play bars 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we've got oh yeah, the B3, almost forgot that on the end there. On to the next line. The first two bars go, which is open G with B3, E1, E1 with G2, then B1, B1 and G1 at the same time, and then B4, so bars 8 and 9. Then bar 10, you're playing A3, and at the same time you're going to play B4. And that holds for 4 beats, and then into the next bar, 3 beats. And then at the end of that bar, we've got another B4. And then this next little phrase, a little bit tricky, goes. So the bars 12 and 13, you're going to play A2 and B4 at the same time. Then A1 and E2, E2 and E4 nearest to your face, then E4 nearest your face and G4. So that bar 12 goes, oh sorry, and then into bar 13 we've got low E string with B2, D1 and B4, A4 and B5. So you got and then bar 14 we've got, which is fret 4 on the A string and 6 on the G string, then a B5, a B7 with an A5 in the bass, then playing fret 4 on the D and the G strings at the same time. So bars 14 and 15 go. On to the next line, the first two bars you've got, which is open D string with B3, E5, and then another E5 with a low E6, B6, A3 with B5, a G5, and then open D with B3. So you got bar 18, another D and a B3, then E5 twice, E8, on to bar 19, you've got E8 with an A string, B8, then A6 with B8, then an E6, on to the next bar, we've got E3 and E6, so E3 nearest your face, and E6, and then it goes, which is E10 twice, then a B8, so that bar you got, and then it jumps down to E6 with D5, then another E6 with D4, and then E9 with A8, another E9 with A6, and then E9 nearest to your face with B7. So that bar is quite tricky, bar 21. Actually, you play the note just before bar 21 and you get, and then into bar 22. Watch out for this, there's only 2 beats in this bar. We've got E7 and then B9. Then both E strings at the 6th fret into the next bar. We've got E4 and E7 nearest to the floor. Both the E's at fret 4. Then to E7 on the floor, back to the and E at 4 on the string nearest your face at the same time. So bar 23 goes 2. Then up to 9 on both E strings, back to fret 4 on both E strings, and then E7 on the string nearest to the floor, still on E4. So bars 23 and 24 go. And that's the whole of that line. The next line starts. So you've got E9 and open A string, and then E4 with G6 and D6, and then a G5 on its own, so it goes. Then the next sort of section comes in with this little phrase that goes, which is both E strings, E7, E7 with A3, and then E3. So you got bar 27, you've got open A with E5, then both E strings, E3, so it goes. And then we've got, which is just A string with E5 and B6, then E5 and B7 at the same time, so it goes. Then a couple of chords, C, D sus2, which is A3 with D, G and the B strings at the 5th fret, and then D sus2, which is your first finger barred on the A string from the 5th string down from the 5th fret, and then 3rd finger D7, little finger on G7. Okay, so that's that line. The next line starts with this, which is both E strings and then another E string nearest to the floor. So it goes da da. It does that 3 times, and then E3 twice and E2 twice. Onto the next bar, we've got A3 with E5, and it does the same kind of idea. Does that twice, then the E strings, then E3, E2. So bar 31 goes. The next bar starts the same as that, so E3, E5 with A3, 2 hits on the E string, 1 on the A string, then another one of those. Then does these chords, which is a C chord, first finger barred on the A string at the 3rd fret, little finger on B5, 3rd finger on G5, then just move up 2 frets. The next bar, bar 33, is the same as bar 31. And then the next bar we've got, which is A3 and E5. Does 2 of those, then we get, which is 3 on the E string, no, sorry, 3 on the A string and the B string, and then move to B5 and then play the A string as well on fret 3. Hopefully that makes sense. then another hit on that, then you move up 2 frets. So bar 34 goes. On to the next line, we've got a bar of 2/4, which we're just going to rest, so we've got 2 beats of nothing, and then it goes in 36 and goes, which is D2 with open E string, then A3, 2 open E's, E7, E5 with A4, A3 and E3, D and G2, so bar 37 goes. And onto the next bar, it's the same as bar 36. Then it goes into bar 39, which is A string with E9, E5, and then it goes, which is first finger barred on the 7th fret. You're going to play a finger on G9, and then you just play G8, so bar 39 goes. On to the last line. So that first bar is the same as what we've done on the previous line. Then bar 41, we've got E3 with A4, E3 and A3, E2 and D, so it goes. Then to finish we've got, which is A3 and B3, and then B5, A5 and B5, and then B7, and it just does that 3 times, so it goes. And that's the end of my arrangement. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that little arrangement, and hopefully it's made sense, especially Joel. Thanks for the request. Joel was the one who requested it about 1,000 times. Thanks for the request. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out. Give me a like on the video. Leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know what your requests are. Let me know what you thought of the video, where in the world you're from. I love hearing from you guys. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, keep me doing these videos, you can support me on Patreon, and I'll also put the tabs on there for this so you can print them out so you've got them. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.